Now that you've figured out what kind of skin type you have, let's figure out what kind of foundation works best with your skin type. So there are a bunch of different kinds of foundations out there. It ranges from powders to liquids to creams. There's pressed powders, there's loose powders. So I'm going to go through each one and I'm going to share with you what kind of skin type would work best. And also keep in mind that it is a preference. So if you are oily and you like using cream foundation, that's fine. That is completely up to you. So do not feel like this is set in stone. This is just a suggestion, but this is what would work best for your skin type. So the first one that I want to talk about is a cream foundation. So we have this one. This is called the Mineral Touch Cream Foundation. It comes in a bunch of shades, and it is just like I said, it's a cream. So this works best with normal to dry skin, only because it is a cream, and when you have really dry skin, you want something that is going to moisturize your skin. If you have oily skin, you usually want to stay away from things that are creams and liquids, only because you do produce extra oil. It has a tendency to slide off, and it won't, and your foundation will not absorb the oil and keep your foundation in place. So that's why this is better for a normal to dry skin tone or skin type. We also have this in a powder. So the same shades, and it comes in powder. The powder, these are both full coverage, and the powder is great for those who are really oily to normal skin. Now, if you want to use both of them, that will give you the maximum coverage that we carry. So what you would do is you can put on the cream first and then set with powder, and it will look just very matte, and it will stay for a very long time. The next thing I want to talk about is BB cream. So this is a dark one, of course. This is what I use to contour sometimes. BB cream is a beauty balm. So what this is a hydrating tinted, it's kind of like a moisturizer, like a tinted moisturizer. So it's not going to give you a lot of coverage, but it's going to moisturize your face. So what do you think this is for? This is for someone with really dry skin. This is someone who, like me, who flakes, and especially in the wintertime when it is extra dry, this is going to be your favorite, your best friend, because it is going to put that extra moisture back into your skin and just give you a nice little light coverage. Now, if you want to make this a fuller coverage, you can also set it with the powder, the pressed powder, that is a full coverage. And it will, or you can also mix the next product that I'm going to talk about, which is the concealer. Now, if you mix these two together, of course, you would have your correct shades. They will create a very thick or a very full coverage foundation. So let me go ahead and talk about this one. This one is our concealer. So this is not technically a foundation, but you can use it as a foundation. I used it as a foundation today. I just put some on the very center of my face and blended it out with a blending bud. But you can also mix it with your primer, and it creates a nice liquid foundation. So this is actually good for all skin types. You can use it if you're oily, if you're dry, and it is fantastic for covering all those little imperfections that most of us don't want to show during the day. But you can mix this with a lot of the foundations, which will create a fuller coverage. Now, the next product that I want to tell you about is the powdered concealer. So this is a loose mineral concealer. They come in a few shades, and I use these really just to highlight, but you can use these as a foundation as well. It is a powder, and they're very velvety and smooth. So this is really good for those who are oily or normal. And if you are dry, you can use this. I use it really just to highlight certain areas, like I said, but this is great for kind of start like a base for your eyes to kind of get it ready. So when you start blending your eye makeup, It's just really good for highlighting those areas or even baking onto your face, which is a whole nother thing we can talk about. The last foundation that I want to talk to you about, most of you have seen before. It went viral last fall. It is the liquid foundation. So this is actually for those with dry to normal skin, but I have found that those who are oily have loved this foundation as well. It does dry to matte, but it is fantastic and it is a great coverage. It's a medium coverage, but a lot of people have found that it does do a full coverage. And again, like I said, you can always mix these two together and get even fuller coverage. So that is the different kinds of foundation, and it'll let you know who it's for. And remember that it's just a suggestion. You don't have to stick with what I tell you, but that is just what works best for your skin types. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.